Okay, let's see the solution. So we are integrating over a trapezoidal region. Let's draw that trapezoid first. I don't like the red one. Okay, so it is going from 1 0 to 2 0 to 0 2 to 0 1. Okay, so the trapezoid seems to be okay. कोई बात नहीं कर लो ना. Okay, so I think it's not. I think it is. We are integrating over this particular trapezoid. Fine. So objective is to use an appropriate change of variables, okay, and write the integral in the new variable. Okay, so let's work it out. So let's see the equation. Let's see the equation for this these sides of the trapezoid. So this was 2 0 and that was 0 2. So without too much work, you should be able to work it out. The line BC is x plus y is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 2. Okay, and the line AD should be x plus y is equal to 1. Okay. Then decide on what the change of variable be. So one change of variable should be that in this trapezoid, x plus y should be going from 1 to 2. Okay, so one change of variable is easy. So we can easily take u is equal to x plus y. Okay. The other change of variable is not really that obvious. But you see that I have cos y minus x over y plus x. Alright. So if you just take v to be y minus x, then at least what we are integrating will become cos v over u. Okay, so we'll still have to figure out that, okay, with this u and v variable, how does our trapezoid looks like. Okay, so let's say we have decided on this particular change of variable. You could have chosen some other v as well. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you can describe the region in the new uv variable. All right, so let's describe line ABCD in the new variable u and v. I like black again. Okay, so let's work out line by line. So what do we know about AD? So the line AD in x and y variable was x plus y is equal to 1. Okay, so x plus y is equal to 1. In u variables, it simply becomes u is equal to 1. Okay, so if you label the axis like this, that axis is v, and this axis is u, then u equal to 1 is a vertical line. Let's say this line is u is equal to 1. Let's call this, actually move this line a little bit left. Okay, so this line is u is equal to 1. And similarly, line BC was x plus y is equal to 2. So in u variable x plus y is equal to 2, it would be u is equal to 2. Okay, so similarly, we can have a line u is equal to 2. Okay. Then the question arises, what about line AB and line DC? Let's do duplicate. Wait, क्या खाली पेज बनाया? All right, so AB was what? The line AB was y is equal to 0. Okay, so y is equal to 0 in xy coordinates becomes what? So y is equal to 0. So even from here, what is y? Okay, if you're solving for y, what do you get? Y should become u plus v over 2, right? Okay, and similarly, what does x becomes? X should become u minus v over 2. Alright, so the line AB, which is a part of the line y is equal to 0, should become in the uv coordinate part of the line y is equal to 0, that is u plus v over 2 equal to 0. Okay, which is should be same as u plus v is equal to 0. Okay, so in the line in the uv axis, the line u plus v is equal to 0 should look like this. Okay, so we'll extend that later, but that's the line u plus v is equal to 0, right? Okay, so we'll need to extend that line later, but we'll do that later. Similarly, what about line DC? The line DC, the line DC in the xy coordinate is part of the line x is equal to 0. Okay, so you write down x in terms of u and v. So x in terms of u and v is u minus v. U minus v is equal to 0. Okay, so u minus v equal to 0 in uv coordinate should look like the line, which line? That line. Correct? Okay, so let's make a trapezoid out of it. Okay, so this was the line u minus v is equal to 0. So right now we don't see any trapezoid, but what we can do is extend this downward extend this downward. Okay, and extend this particular line. Then we do see a trapezoid in between, right? Okay, so the same trapezoid which was there in the xy coordinate, in uv coordinates looks like this. Okay. Uh, you could do labeling A, B, C, D appropriately, but that's not really that important. What important is that you have a trapezoid. Okay, so this is the line. This is the line. This is the line. U is equal to 1. That's the line. U is equal to 2. That is the line. UV minus U minus V is 0. Okay, and this is the line U plus V is equal to 2. Okay, so setting up integration over this should not be that difficult. Okay, so what we have in this region, we immediately see that u goes from 1 to 2, so we can do that. U goes from 1 to 2. Okay, and for each of those u, v goes from this lower line to the upper line. Okay, which is also very easily solvable, because the lower line is u plus v is equal to 0, so v becomes minus u. So v becomes minus u. Okay, on the upper line, what we have is it's u minus v is equal to 0, so v becomes u. Okay, so the integration in the v uv becomes simply this. U goes from 1 to 2, and v, for each of those u, v goes from minus u to u. Okay, so that is the integration limit in the uv coordinates. What is left? Then you have cos y minus x over cos y plus x. Okay, so that simplifies to cos of what? Cos of y minus x is v. Okay, and x plus y is u. So you still have cos v over u, and you have to have a Jacobian here. Right? So let's work on the Jacobian. Jacobian should not be that difficult. Let's copy paste this somewhere inconvenient. Okay, so what we have is x is a function of u and v, y is a function of u and v. So the Jacobian is what we need to do is del x y with respect to del u v, that is del x del u del x del v del x y del u del y del v. Okay, and that should become del x del u is half, del x del v is minus half. Okay, and del y del u is half again, and del y del v is half again. Okay, so this adds up to 1/4 plus 1/4 equal to 1/2. Right, so the Jacobian works out to be half. So this integration should become half. Okay, so so that would integrate to half. We put a half here. Okay, then you integrate the with respect to v first. Okay, and when integrating cos v over u with respect to v, then 1 over u is just a constant. Okay, it should not be that difficult to integrate. Okay, and whatever you do integration, you put the answer. Okay, so I will use software for that. What was the SimLab, right? Symbolab. Okay, so let's integrate. dv du cos v, okay, v over u. Okay, u goes from 1 to 2. Okay, and v goes from minus u to u. Okay, and the whole thing is multiplied with 1 over 2. Okay, so the answer seems to be sine 1 times 3 over 2. Alright, so answer seems to be sine 1 times 3 over 2. I think that's it. Hope that's clear. Thank you.